1 year after the shocking tragedy that took place in Southport, Princess Catherine and Prince William returned to the community, their presence once again carrying with it a mixture of quiet compassion and unspoken reassurance. The visit was not about ceremony or grand speeches but about connection. Catherine chose a tailored Burberry grey suit with a soft pink pussybow blouse underneath, a style long associated with her late mother-in-law, Diana, Princess of Wales. Over her shoulders she draped a jigsaw coat, the brand where she once worked shortly after university. William, in a dark suit, walked beside her with the same composed energy, the two of them moving through the streets of Southport not as distant royals but as figures willing to meet grief face to face. Their first moments were spent with children and teachers at a local school. Catherine crouched down so she could speak to the youngest pupils at their level, offering eye contact and a gentle smile. William focused on older students, engaging them in conversations about resilience, community, and hope. Both of them wore friendship bracelets gifted by locals, the threads bright against the formality of their clothing. On William's wrist was one engraved with "BB's Hive," a tribute to 6-year-old BB King, one of the 3 girls who lost their lives. Catherine's bracelet matched his, a small but significant symbol that their words of condolence had been joined with gestures of solidarity. They met privately with the families of Elsie Stankham, aged 7, BB King, aged 6, and Alice Da Silva Aguiar, aged 9. Behind closed doors, away from cameras, William praised the extraordinary efforts of teachers who had undertaken a daring skydive to raise funds for Elsie's Story, a charity now carrying the young girl's name. That charity, along with local football tournaments and GoFundMe campaigns, has become a rallying point for the community, turning grief into purposeful action. Catherine listened intently, nodding as parents described the way small acts of remembrance had given them a path through their sorrow. The couple's presence added a layer of validation, their grief was recognized, their strength honored. This compassionate visit came only a day after a very different scene. On the 22nd of September, Catherine and William were among the guests celebrating the 50th birthday of James Matthews, husband of Catherine's sister Pippa. The Berkshire estate where the party was held lit up with fireworks, music, and even a Second World War Spitfire flypast. Guests included Geri Halliwell Horner and her husband Christian Horner, along with other figures from sport and society. Neighbors may have grumbled about the noise that carried well into the night, but for Pippa and James it was a milestone worth celebrating. For Catherine and William, their attendance signified the other side of royal life, the balance of duty to family alongside duty to the nation. Only hours later they would leave behind the festivities of Berkshire to return to the solemnity of Southport. Just days earlier, on the 16th of September, Catherine had been seen at the funeral of the Princess of Kent. Dressed in classic black, her ensemble included a wide-brimmed hat with a veil, a reminder of the deep traditions of royal mourning. Cameras caught the moment she greeted King Charles III with a kiss on the cheek, a tender gesture in a time when both monarch and princess are known to be navigating their own health challenges. The image became symbolic, the family united in grief, yet still projecting strength to the public. The contrast between the formal grandeur of Westminster Abbey, the revelry of a birthday celebration, and the raw pain of Southport illustrates the breadth of Catherine's role, mother, sister, daughter-in-law, and Princess of Wales. For the people of Southport, the memory of Catherine and William's return will linger not for what they said but for how they stood alongside them. For the wider public, the sequence of engagements in September showed how the modern monarchy must operate, balancing the intimate with the official, the joyous with the sorrowful, the visible with the discreet. Princess Catherine, in her Burberry suit and friendship bracelet, embodied that balance. She offered a glimpse of a royal future rooted not just in tradition, but in humanity.